Hello, my name is David Nachman. I'm one of the managing attorneys at the NPZ Law Group located here in Ridgewood, New Jersey. We also have offices in New York City. We have an affiliated office in Canada. We also have Canadian practitioners here in the United States to assist you with immigration to Canada. And we also have an affiliated office in Mumbai, India. Today I want to talk to you about some late-breaking news. Many of you are already aware, but as the information starts to roll out, we want to make you aware that DOMA is dead. Yes, and for many of you that's very, very good information. What happened, actually it happened last week, and I was in San Francisco at a national annual American Immigration Lawyers Association conference when we got the news that the U.S. Supreme Court has struck down DOMA and found it to be unconstitutional. So what does that mean? Well, essentially, right after, it was actually a day or two after the determination was made, there was a release by Secretary Napolitano from the Department of Homeland Security, and she said that after last week's decision by the Supreme Court holding that Section 3 of DOMA is unconstitutional, President Obama directed federal departments to ensure the decision and its implication for federal benefits for same-sex legally married couples are implemented swiftly and smoothly. And so what we've seen actually is that some steps have already been taken to approve same-sex marriage cases by the USCIS, so Immigration, the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services has approved some of these cases. We're given to understand from my discussion with some of my colleagues. Also, the U.S. consulates abroad have issued information and releases to assist the officers in being able to adjudicate these cases at the U.S. consulates abroad. So this is all very good news. Now it means, of course, one, with respect to same-sex marriages, those are I-130 cases, which are marriage cases filed here in the United States where a U.S. citizen is marrying a foreign national same-sex partner. And what you need to know, which is really important, is that the marriage has to take place in one of the states where these same-sex marriages are legally recognized. So as long as it's in a state where the same-sex marriage is legally recognized, you can file for immigration benefits at the federal level. So that's all very good news. Also, what Janet Napolitano had said last week in her statement was that effective immediately, I've directed the USCIS to review immigration visa petitions filed on behalf of same-sex spouses in the same manner as those filed for opposite-sex spouses. So that's essentially what was going on. Now, so it's within that context that this is a really important decision, but it's also an important decision in other ways where it rolls out. For example, in one situation where, let's say, you have individuals who have filed or are filing employment-based visas, their derivatives, who may be same-sex partners, also now have the opportunity to adjust their status in the United States and can file I-485s in the United States, and those 485s can now ride along with the adjustment applications that were pending or have or newly filed. Also, again, the information now has also trickled across to the U.S. consulates abroad, and so what now the consular officers are able to do is that in the event that a same-sex spouse or partner wants to come into the United States, then of course derivative non-immigrant visas, such as, for example, if an individual is an H-1B and they have a same-sex partner, in the past what we've usually done is try to obtain visitor visas for them and then to extend those visitor visas incrementally to meet the needs of the H-1B who's entering the United States. In this case now, what it means is that those same-sex spouses will be able to obtain H-4s or alternative other derivative non-immigrant visas at the U.S. consulate abroad. So this is all very good information. I would call your attention to the FAQ, which has been posted on the USCIS website, which is entitled Implementation of the Supreme Court Ruling on the Defense of Marriage Act. So if you type that into the search engine on the USCIS website, which is www.uscis.gov, you'll be able to find the FAQ, and that will give you some additional information on how same-sex marriages are being handled. So with that, this is all, it's a burgeoning area. Not a lot of cases have been adjudicated, but we are receiving a tremendous number of inquiries, and that's why I felt compelled to do this video to try to give the public as much information as possible about this new area. So with that, I'd like to thank you very much for tuning in. Stay tuned for some additional information about immigration and nationality law, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks very much for joining us. Bye now.